Hello, my name is Clayton Pettmiller. I'm a manufacturing solutions engineer for Hagerman & Company. Today I'm going to introduce a way for you to scale a part, a feature, or an ifeature with a simple part variable without using derived components. On the screen I have a square block. On this block I have taken the liberty of drawing a sketch. It is our company logo. What I want you to notice is the height of my logo is 1 unit tall. I specifically made it 1 unit, so if I want to scale this by a factor of 2, I can just type in 2 for a scale factor. So to start this off, what I'm going to do is just go into my extrude command and go ahead and turn this into an actual feature. I'm going to cut this, the number here for depth, it doesn't really matter at this point, and we'll just give our feature a little bit of depth. That is a normal Inventor process of building a part or a feature. Now what I'm going to do is show you how to make it scalable. I'm going to go into my parameters menu. You can reach it at the top toolbar, or I can go to Manage Parameters, and you'll see a listing of all the dimensions that are used to build this part. The first few dimensions here are the block itself. Everything else is that Hagerman logo that I was showing you. I'm going to add a user parameter. I'm just simply going to call it scale. You do want to make this parameter a unitless parameter because it's not going to carry any particular size. And for a value, I'm just going to start out with a value of 1. I'm also going to add another one for depth. This will control the depth of my extrusion when I get ready to make it an ifeature. And for now, I'll just put in roughly 50 thousandths. Okay, now how do you make your part scalable? Right here's the trick. Your part is built out of all these dimensions on this variable list. So what I'm going to do is start right after my block with dimension number 4 here. I'm going to take that 1 inch unit, which is the height of my logo, and I'm just going to simply put times scale. Now to make this easier, I'm just going to copy that, go down to my next dimension, and paste that in. You want to do that for every dimension on your feature or on your part that you want to have scalable. Do not scale your angles. Angles should always be relevant. So I'm just going to take that and put a scale behind it, and that one. I've got several to do here, so we'll just paste these in so we have everything scaled by our scale variable. Again, do not do degrees. You don't want to do any kind of angle as far as multiplying by scale. You also want to avoid any formulas that are relevant back to a dimension that you used earlier that you're multiplying by scale. So that is everything there. Right here is my depth. I'm just going to simply type in depth for that one. And it's that simple. Once you've done that, you now have a scalable parameter-driven feature. To give you an example of how that works, I'm going to go to Parameters. I'm going to type in a scale of 2, and I want you to notice what happens to my logo. It gets twice as big. I go to Parameters, I type in a variable of 3, say Done. You'll notice it's 3 times the size. You can go the opposite direction. If you put in a scale of 0.5, you'll notice it's half size. I'm going to set this back to a scale of 1. To me, 1 signifies my 1 inch of height. That's why I started with a nice round even 1 inch. Okay, so now let's go ahead and turn this into an ifeature. Maybe I want to use this in other parts. So I'm going to go to Extract ifeature. When I do this, I'm going to grab just the logo out of the browser. It'll bring all those dimensions that have that scale variable on it. I'm just going to simply name my ifeature. Click here in the browser, and I will say this is a Hagerman logo. Notice my size parameters here are depth and scale. When I hit Save here, I'll give it a file name. It already exists. I'll say yes. Now to show this going into a part, I'm going to spin around to the back side of this block. and I'll show you how to insert one of these ifeatures that's totally scalable. Just go back to your 3D model ribbon. So you'd like to insert an ifeature. I want to grab my Hagerman logo here. Say open. It's going to ask me what face I want to put it on. I'll pick the face that's in front of us. I can rotate this to any angle. Let's just say I want to leave it straight up and down for now. So we'll leave it at 0 degrees. My next page, notice I have 2 parameters. Scale. Let's say I want to scale this at a scale of 2. And depth, maybe I just want to go 0.1 deep. By having that parameter in there, I can put this logo on a part virtually any size I want. Next, don't activate the sketch and hit finish. So right there I have a scaled logo twice as big as my original. And I can basically make this any size I want, and it only took me a few seconds to accomplish that task. Anyway, that's my tip for today, and I thank you for attending. If you have any questions, just call your local Hagerman & Company sales representative, and they will answer whatever questions they can or get you to some technician that can. Thank you.